What if I told you that you could cook your food using just water? No LPG cylinder, no gas pipeline, just water and electricity. It sounds like the future, but this hydrogen cooking stove is arriving at a time when the world is dealing with rising crude oil prices, geopolitical tensions, and growing energy insecurity. And that makes this innovation far more interesting than it first appears. Right now, India depends heavily on imported crude oil, and with ongoing global conflicts, especially in oil-producing regions, prices have become unpredictable, which directly affects LPG costs and increases the financial burden on households, turning energy into not just an economic issue, but a strategic vulnerability. This is where the hydrogen stove comes in, with a radical idea. It produces its own fuel on-site by splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity through a process called electrolysis. And the hydrogen is then burned as a clean fuel, producing only water vapor with no carbon emissions or smoke, making it look like a perfect solution. But here's the reality check. This system costs around 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees, making it inaccessible for most households. And more importantly, it doesn't eliminate energy dependence. It simply shifts it from LPG to electricity. And since a large portion of India's electricity still comes from coal, the system isn't entirely green. On top of that, the process itself is inefficient because energy is lost when converting electricity into hydrogen and then into heat, which means that something as simple as an induction stove is actually more efficient today. However, if we zoom out, this technology is not just about cooking. It represents a deeper shift toward decentralized energy, where instead of relying on global fuel supply chains that can be disrupted by geopolitical tensions, homes could potentially generate their own fuel. And in a world where oil prices can spike overnight due to conflicts or policy decisions, that idea carries serious long-term significance. So is this the future of cooking? Not yet. It's expensive, inefficient, and still evolving. But it offers a glimpse into a future where energy independence could move from nations to individual households. And in the context of rising crude oil prices and global uncertainty, that small hydrogen flame might just be the beginning of a much bigger transformation.